Well, good morning. How are we doing, everybody? So welcome to class today. Welcome to my real source. Today, we are talking about the Collab Center. Collab Center is how we get automatic emails to our sellers as well as our buyers. Or actually, the emphasis would be on our sellers, buyers as well as sellers. It's a really cool thing. I just had a call yesterday from one of my favorite members asking about how does he get his seller getting emails, the client hits, and how do they know what's going on? Like, oh, do I have something for you? And in today's handouts, so over on the right hand side, you'll have that orange tab. If your GoToWebinar is collapsed, go ahead and open that up. I have 4 different handouts in there. The first one is the Collab Center handout that has all of the information about the Collab Center, both buyers, sellers, and agent preview on there too, as well as favoriting or recommending a listing to your client. So those are the 4 things that we will go over in class today. And then I've broken out a couple other handouts. One is Collab Center for buyers. The other is Collab Center for sellers. And then the last one is how to change a search that your client already has. So if you have a search that's going to your client right now, and they've either upped the price, changed the rooms, added a location, something like that, how do you do that? Do you just put a new search in there? Nope, you can edit the search that's already there. The other day I was working with one of our members. She had a couple of different criteria. She's like, well, if it's a little older, I want this. If it's newer, I want that. I'm like, she had it all in one search. I'm like, you know what? It might be best if you broke that out into 2 different searches, because the criteria was just so different. And you can have multiple searches for your client. It's a cool thing. It is really nice. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. It is already 3 past, so we always start on time. Hey, one of the things that I stumbled across that I realized not a lot of people know about this. In Paragon, right here at the very top under your, or actually to the right of your name, there's an arrow. When you tap that, it collapses all of those icons across the top. A lot of times I need this when I'm using the map, and I just need a little bit more in there. I'm going to go ahead and shut down that camera now. There we go. When I need just a little bit more space in here while looking at that map, it's just nice to know that I can squeeze this out of there and make it work really nice for me. All right, well, you guys know we've got a lot of great information here on the home page. We have our quick search over here. Last few years, we've added the ability to save searches that are over here. And you can always customize this. And if you're always searching for that, or at least this is your latest one that you're always searching on, if you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in St. Clair, Michigan, right here in my lovely town, you can customize that and keep those values in there, which is kind of cool. If your homepage is not My Real Sources homepage and it's your brokerages and you want to see what's going on because you want to see the education corner to get to the classes, you want to see our class calendar to see what classes we have going on, just simply tap the MLS button here at the top and it will load to My Real Sources page. Very nice. That way you can see everything that's going on. The education corner always has current information in here. One of the things that I absolutely love about my education corner, I'm going to go ahead and go a few pages in here because I keep some good stuff in the front, things that are new, it's like Roadmap to Success is coming, woohoo! And Cloud CMA is also new. This is just a Cloud CMA class, not a CMA class. It's about Cloud, customizing and all the different reports that are in Cloud. So here is where the bulk of this really starts. My classes are in alphabetical order. You will see a description of the class, like here's today's Collab Center. You can register here when you do so. That will give you all upcoming classes. All you need to do is select the date that you need. See, by the little bar, gives all my upcoming classes here. I've already got people registering for November 29th as well. And what else is on the education corner is the YouTube link. So this is going to get you to the playlist of everything related to the Collab Center. So here was a July class, May. You'll see there in date order, the newest should always be up at the top. And if I have any of the quick tip videos, you'll see it's slightly different here. So here's how to add your sellers to the Collab Center. Finding your client's favorite listings. These are my favorite quick tips. We haven't done them in a while, but you never know when we can bring it back out again. Even sending listings to yourself before your client, so you can approve these before they ever go to your client. All right, so that's the way it goes from here on out. It's all alphabetical, you get it. All right, so let's get down to business. In the Collab Center, usually in the orientation class, which we call our new agent welcome, we will be in the searching. So today, I'm going to start by the contacts. So I'm going to go over to my contacts module, and I'm going to add my contact. And did you guys know that you can do this in Paragon Connect now as well? Which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and create my contact and then add a search. So the first name, we're going to be Betty Buyer. Betty Buyer. So this person is new. Well, it's not new. There's search options. They can do new searches. If you ever need to turn off your client from notifications, you can simply mark them as inactive. That way, all of their information stays here. Their search stays there, but they are getting no notifications. The Collab Center search options is where you can do the agent preview. So if you are sending listings to your client as an agent preview, that's where you first look at the listing, and then after you approve it, you allow it to be sent to your client. Because you know, we got people that say, you know, you need to do all this footwork for me. You need to go through the listings. That's your job, my real estate agent. So now we're going to do the new. So they're allowed to do searches in there. Betty Buyer. We have to give her an email address. Now, as I hit the tab and move through this, it gives me a green check mark to say, yes, it looks like a valid email. And I do want to select that this is the primary email. Because if I do have the spouse or the dad or the mom, we'll say Bobby Buyer, and I do use the full name here, and you'll see why when it goes to them, because Betty Buyer's full name is displayed. So I don't want it to be Betty Buyer and Bobby. I want it to be both. And we'll say Bobby. Tab looks like this. Now I don't want to select primary because now it's going to go to Bobby and Betty will be the secondary person on here, but you never know. Never know what happens. So do I want to add that spouse or secondary to the notifications? Yes, indeed. And you can even do this after the fact as well. They will be sharing the same Collab Center. They just have their own logins on there, that's all. Address information, so I could certainly add them. And you could use the contacts to make mailing labels if you really like. Let's go over to the top. Telephone, we could add in there, here's their cellular. Put mine in there. And you can even say what type of person this is. Is it a prospect? There's my groups, but is this a buyer? Yep, it's gonna be a buyer. What is a Zeta lead? That's new. I love it when they just slide stuff in here. Now, if I want, I can select to use reverse prospecting. What is reverse prospecting, Debbie? Well, this will allow a listing agent to run a report on their end. So if a listing agent has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in St. Clair, and my buyer is looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in St. Clair. So the listing agent runs the report and says, oh, hey, Debbie, you have a buyer. I don't know who they are because their name is Snowflake. your buyer Snowflake has a search that matches my listing. You want to show it? Sure. And then of course you do source any information here, but that's what reverse prospecting is all about. This is an opt-in, so you physically have to opt in. We are not all opted in. There's a lot of people who used to get really, really mad about all those emails. So let's just go ahead and save this. Now that I've saved it, you'll see that I've got my next appears on the right-hand side. And on this main window, the contact activity, you'll see this is where all their searches are, any notes or tasks you want to do that you have assigned to this contact here. And then we go next, and it gets you right back to the contact information. I think it's a little out of order, but that's okay. We'll go next again. And here, see, and you just keep moving down the left-hand side. And here is where you can either add a new search or load an existing search. I wish they said create a new saved search or load. So if I want to load a search, say I already did one, but I forgot to marry them up together, I can simply go in and we'll say, where's my lottery? Oh, where you go, Harson's Island. The Harson's and Russell Island search. Now that I've done that, so the search is now associated with my client. I want them on the Collab Center. That's that really cool thing where it's like a portal. Your client can favorite and possibly reject their listings that they like. Now there are additional options here. So let's go ahead and go into that. It's not mandatory, but I want to let you know what's going on. There is a message body that you can add in here, but there's no need to anymore because the Collab Center has these great notifications. You know, if you've been with us for a long time, you'll know that that was mandatory once upon a time. Notification date range. The default is 1 year. I changed mine to 6 months just because I can. What's going to trigger a notification to the client? Any price changes on stuff that's already matched, any new matches, and of course, any comments between my client or myself. Now, if I don't want comments in here, I can take it out. Don't just text me, because if I don't want my notifications immediately, and if I want them on a daily basis, that means those comments are coming in on a daily basis too. It's not good. All right, so my client is a hot buyer. She wants to know the minute something either comes onto the market with a new match or any price changes. And for a while there, the market was so hot, I actually had price changes, or not price changes, I had status changes in here as well. Like, oh, this one's gone, this one's gone, this is pending, just so they would know. So if I do want mine to come in like once a day, I do need to set a time frame. And you can do this for your clients as well. If your clients only want it at their lunch break, you certainly can. So here's my default that I set up in my preferences wizard. I want mine daily, every 1 day at 7 a.m. And I can be really bad and say, I don't work the weekends. I only want it every weekday at 7 a.m. Whatever. So that way when Monday rolls around, all my updates will be right there. Doesn't matter, you know, I'm not promoting this style of business. Your business style is yours. I'm just showing you all the available options that are here in Paragon. So you'll see both Betty and Bobby are the recipients. There is no need to put myself on the BCC or the CC. Why? Because these are my notifications. So if I put myself here, I'm going to get this email and this email. Well, let's see. Well, my agent notifications are only once a day. So, okay, that wouldn't be all that bad, but still. Then I would get exactly what my clients are getting here, just so you understand what this means. Now, at the very bottom, activity notification for your collaboration center site. Well, we typically call it Collab Center. So I'm just going to shorten that. And this is Parsons and Russell Island. Activity, the little shorter activity for your Collab Center site. That's fine, whatever. And okay. There we go. Now, I see a lot of people stop there. They're like, oh, cool. My client isn't getting anything. Here is the key. You must send the welcome message. And you'll see that this is blank, but don't worry, it's not really blank. So this is welcome to your collaboration center for buyers. Now let's go ahead and click the preview so we can see what's actually going to them. Yep, there's me, my email. So you'll see it's Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. That's why I put Bobby's full name in that one. There are 14 matches found, undecided and recommended listings. So I can recommend a listing and the system is bringing in those undecided listings. And then of course, you know, we all get it, favorite, possible, reject. Tell them to use it. And then you can communicate as well. Wow, they can create their own custom folders, homes with pools, homes with fences, things like that. And you can even compare listings too. It's really cool. And you can always resend this email to your clients if they forget their password or if they just, you know, don't remember what this stuff is all about, or if they haven't really accessed it yet. Oh, I forgot. So they do share the same username and password. So they are both accessing the same account. So that way, when one favorites something, it's favorited for the both of them. And of course, my contact information. Oh no, Debbie, how'd you get your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter stuff there? Oh, I'm sorry, that's X now. So just like when you did your preferences wizard, there is a Collab Center preferences wizard. And in there, I believe it's on the first or second page, is where I was able to go over to Facebook, go to my home page, copy the link, and paste it into my preferences wizard for the Collab Center. And I'm sure we'll have time at the end of class to do that. Let's go ahead and close and send. Now you always want to make sure that you see this green email sent and close. So now here's my Parsons and Russell Islands search. There are 14. Any comments will be down here. There is nothing on they're all undecided for my client. No favorites, possible rejects as of yet. And the contact has not accessed the site. It was created, 1/20 of 2020. Okay, well, I might have been using this account many times. Now, over on the left-hand side, the next one is there too. We could go into seller activity, but you know what? We actually want to add another search because I want to show you how to create a search for your client. So it should be create new saved search. So this is going to be residential. And here you are in your search criteria. So we're going to go with the residential tab, the status. If you're not familiar with all of our statuses, so we'll go through the actives. Well, active, okay, yeah, got that one. Back on market, it was pending for a bit, and then it fell out of pending status and going back to active, it will be back on market for as many days as the listing agent does allow. Keep showing that there is a contingency. The only contingency in my real sources listings are the fact that the buyer is trying to sell their own home. So it's contingent upon the buyer selling their home. Accepting backup offers. Actually a pending listing, but they're not really sure that it's going to go through. So they're keeping it active. However, I still see a lot of people keep it as active until they're sure. And it pisses a lot of agents off. I'm sorry to be so rude, but it is rude for an agent to keep it as active when they are really pending and accepting backup offers, because that's what this is. And a lot of times, report it. You'll see on a listing that there's that corrections button. Report it to my real source. Let us know, hey, it's actually a pending property, but they're accepting backup offers. And it should be ABO. And of course, that coming soon listing. You have 7 full days to use a coming soon listing. If you are the listing agent, there's about 24 different line item rules on coming soon listings. But here's the big thing about coming soon. When it's in the coming soon status, there are no showings allowed by anybody. I saw there was a Flint property that came up, so it was not one of ours, so it's not subject to our rules and regs. I'm sure it was totally in the wrong though. But the listing agent put, let's see, it's coming soon, will be available in 7 days. Nobody can show the property but me during that time. I'm like, oh, well. Sure enough, somebody hit the correction button on that and said, wow, I don't think that's allowed, is it? So, we forwarded it to the East Central Association of Realtors and let them take care of it. Okay, so here's all of the actives. Let's do a map search today. I love doing the mapping. One of the cool things in the map, it does save your historical ones. There's Marysville. Here's the one I usually use for my CMAs. The board address, haha, the MLS address, which is also my office address. So it's really nice. So let's go, we're gonna go, they were looking at Harson's Island. So maybe they're also looking in New Baltimore, MI. So I don't have to have a physical address. I could use a zip code. I could use a city and state. You'll want to put that state in there and then hit return to move the map. So here's the center of New Baltimore. And I'm going to say, I want to go within about 3 miles of this, a nice 3-mile radius. Let's do that. It's easy. Just tap in 3 in that search radius and then tap the search radius. Now I got to back out a little bit. So now you see, here's my search radius of 3 miles. Around there. All right, but I don't have any more criteria than that map and it's active. So let's go back to criteria. So you'll see criteria, map, and run the search. So let's go add in the criteria. Remember, if you guys have any questions, let me know. So I don't have to select that they're for sale or for rent, because on this one, I'm looking at $375 to $550. And if I wanted to make sure that I was still staying in Macomb County on this one, because I'm not sure on that radius, was I getting out of Macomb? I don't know. Oh, is Harson's Island? Yeah. Oh, is Harson's Island? Oh, that's a different one. Okay. So now we are down to 11. Structure style. Does she want a 1-story, 2-story, 1.5-story? It's okay. She's not really sure what she wants, but she does want at least 3 bedrooms, maybe up to 4. That's enough. Now, don't forget the bathrooms total is the total numbers of bathrooms. Now, that includes your full bathrooms, your half bathrooms, etc. If your client is concerned that they must have 2 full baths, you're not going to use this one, because if you put 2 baths here, you could get 1.5 baths, because that's 1 full bath and 1 half bath. Just so you understand that this is slightly different than other systems. Other systems do count them a little differently. So let's scroll down. Let's go down to that secondary criteria. You see that down here? So let's tap the down arrow and scroll down. So now you see I've got all sorts of more information down here. So there's a full bathrooms. Yes, I have to have 2 full baths. 1.5 will not do it. And I could also do, listing date, status date, other items down here. Site condos, yes or no. And see, like searching in Harson's Island, it's better to search by the mail city than by anything else. Because I've spoken to a lot of agents in the area, and they've said, because I was like, oh, you could just map around it. They're like, oh, good God, no way, Debbie. That's just horrible to do that. Like, just search by mail city. I'm like, great. Now, subdivision, not every MLS, this is a free form field. Let's see, my subdivision name is The Highlands, and there's like a 1, 2, and a 3. So is it Highlands? Is it The Highlands? So you never know. So when it's free form, you got to be very careful. All right, so let's go back up to the bathrooms where we were. Beds, baths, we've got that covered. And you'll see over on the right-hand side, we have a criteria summary. So you'll now see that the bathrooms full were added in there as well. Basement, waterfront, fireplace, and actually fireplace is going to be a required field before too long. Actually, I think is it already. So this is nice. Oh, it's total number of fireplaces. Yes, that is now required. So that's really awesome because this is one of my pet peeves on a fireplace that you didn't say you had a fireplace in the house. Okay, I'm still honestly a Floridian. I know it's been 20 years since I've been here, but I'm not moving into a house that does not have a fireplace, period. Garage, yes. And of course, you can qualify that a little further down here if you want, or just yes, no, it's fine. All of your feature codes, absolutely amazing stuff to use that must have, must not have, must have one or more. And those are very good. This is where you find cash. This is where you find outbuildings. So if sorry if I didn't tell you what I was doing. I tapped the magnifying glass to see all the categories that are here. Appliances, basement type, fireplace features, farm features, heating system, electric, first floor bedroom is its whole, oh, okay, well that's about to say it's this whole one, yes or no. Even types of water features, outbuildings, you'll see everything is in here, even green features. But generally when you're searching for property, you're not adding very many of these. When you're the listing agent, you need to be as robust as possible. Add everything that's applicable, not kind of applicable, sort of applicable. If it does not apply, do not add it. I love seeing that. It's waterfront. No, the waterfront is a block away. Well, you can see it. That's water view. All right, so the square footage, all this I can add in, but I have 10. So I'm going to just say search at the minute, and I'm good. Now you'll see this is different. It comes up a little different this way because we're actually in the contacts module and not in the searching one. So from here, we can save a search. Adding it to a cart isn't going to do anything with these listings besides save just these listings. The listing carts are a really cool feature, and that's how you do the agent recommended. And we will do that here shortly. So I want to save this search, and you'll see my spreadsheet looks a lot different. You'll see my spreadsheet looks a lot different than yours. I've customized mine, and even as you're here, you can do the customizations because I like to know who's the listing agent, who's the originating MLS, because I'm just nosy like that. No, that's right. Now I put the buyer agency compensation in here too. We've been running some, and it's only my real sources that are coming through on here. So, I guess the other one's not mapped correctly or something. Asking price, type, all sorts of stuff. The activation date is, if they were coming soon. So you see, it depends on what I'm looking for, who I'm helping, adding some stuff in. So you'll see a lot of different stuff in here. All right, so let's save the search. You'll also see when I go from the contacts module, it tells me save search for Betty Buyer. And then I always like to one-up it. I name and date. I'm a desk jockey, can you tell? And let's save. There we go. Now you'll see, how come that welcome letter one wasn't there, Debbie? Because you've already sent this client the welcome letter. Now what you will see, if you do need to send it later or resend later, it says resend invitation. So if that send invitation isn't here, you know that you haven't sent it. All right, so now they have the save search for Betty Buyer, which we could have saved at New Baltimore. Either way, here are the two searches for my client. The options might still not are regular defaults. So if I want to change my defaults to this, to my reoccurring as my usual, and okay, it's going to go to Betty and Bobby activity. So you need to go through the same thing for your Collab Center site. This is New Baltimore area. And okay, I just like to do that. It gives them a little bit more information on which search is coming in. Now we all do business just a little different. And that's what we do. So I will hold off on seller act. So I have a listing in our test account, but not here because, you know, I'm not a practicing real estate agent. I have a license. I don't practice though. Okay, so here's the buyer activity. And in the seller activity, we'll go through that in a little bit. You simply associate the property, select a listing, and your listings will appear here. Go figure, I don't have any. And then there's a little bit more beyond that, a little bit more selections. Now, we don't show CMAs here because these are the CMAs that are created out of the Paragon CMA, which we don't use. It's rather clunky and old school. We like using Cloud CMA, so you don't see those in here. There is the more information. That's where you have your notes, tasks, documents. And as Dave says, I would never keep their financials in here. No, I get it. Message history. Now, this is a really great piece here down on the bottom left. The message history. So what's gone to my client? Because you know there will be a day that your client says, oh, you know the listing you just sent me this morning? Sure, of course I do. You run back to your messages and you'll see. So this is the one email that's gone off to the two of them so far. And it was a manual email because I manually hit send on that one because that's the welcome to your Collab Center for Buyers. And if I can tap that, now that it's green, I will scroll down. And here's the key on how to get to there. That's how you figure it out. And now in the box here, I can scroll down here to see what was sent. So there's the 4 listings. That was the email that was sent. And the other ones are going to appear in their Collab Center. All right. And of course, the contact summary, which is pretty much the same thing as it was earlier. Not a lot here. You have your public name of Snowflake here. Notes, tasks, financials, search activity. There we are. The notifications, collab, these two, 14, 10, nothing in there. So you got it all in there. Very nice. Now, let's go and check out what your client sees. Here's the Collab Center. I can view Collab Center like my client does. So this is exactly what they'll see. Here's my information in the upper right. They can go into the contact me to see what's there. Here's my office information, all of me. Oh geez, visit my site. I guess I got to remove that. That was HomeSnap. It's going to say go to homes.com, but yeah, let's try something different. Site X. And you can put a little my story in here. For you guys that know me, my story is all about training here at my Real Source. So of course I wanted to see what it looked like. And that's what I did. And it was short. You can have a 30-second video in there. Hey, this is our Collab Center site. You know, I've had links here to help you out, whatever you want. Here's all the links that I put in. And that I did through my Collab Center preferences wizard. And close. So there's the buyer activity, property searches. So they can go in and search for their own, unless it's been turned off, or if they are on agent preview. So there's all my searching. There you go. Go back to buyer activity, the listing activity, recent sales, communication, and saved folders right here. So yes, they can even see recent sales in this area. There you go. See, there's New Baltimore. So let's go back to that listing activity. So you'll now see 24, they're all new for this client. And there's everything over there. They can go with the tile, or sorry, the thumbnail view, the tile view, and the map view. So if I go to the tile view, you'll see this way. You can see map, detail, and the more, and compare the two listings. And also the map one, I do like this one too, because then they could see, you know, what's all in their New Baltimore search. And of course, their Harson's Island and Russell Island searches. How about that? So you can see everything that's in there. Whew, way down there. It's going from one side of the bay to the other. And they can mark things as favorites, possibles, or rejects. You get a nice little view here. It's 4 beds, 3 baths. Here's your basics. Now you can mark them as favorites, possibles, rejects right here, and you can do this on behalf of your clients as well. So when they see the view detail, then they will get all the information, which I'm sure you understand. And they can jump down to the property info, history, valuations, the mortgage center, blah, 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 all of that usual stuff there. So all that, you can even request a showing here. There's your summary. And the other thing, so of the ones that we can do on this listing, you saw the little box that's a share right there. So what do you mean, how can they share this? Well, they can email this out. They can make a comment. They can request a showing, which you saw that other box. Remember, the showing comes to you. So we'll say 10:17 at 10:10. Let's try 2 p.m. Please. Now you will see your request is not yet confirmed. Your agent has been sent your request and will contact you as soon as possible. So that's an email that's going to come in to me, your listing agent. The last one on this one is sharing to Facebook. Now when you do, now the other day I couldn't get to my business page. Share it to a story, share it on where's my page, a page I manage. System change. I know it's shocking, things might change around here. This is real estate, right? So when they do share it to Facebook, it comes up as me. So it looks like the Collab Center. So it's me at the top and information just about this listing. Don't worry, the listing attribution is there, even though it's my headshot at the top. But the listing attribution is there. All right, so that's the Collab Center. We go back to my contacts. I'm going to come out and back in of the contacts because I want to refresh that. So now I'm going to view and manage. And now you'll see Betty Buyer is right here. And you'll see that there is one favorite. And that's the one that I did. So you will also see they have not accessed it. And I do keep my Collab Center sorted by the last time they accessed, as you'll see here. Last accessed. This is not, I only want to see my active people at the top. That's it. So here's my new one. The 24 listings. 23 are still undecided with the one favorite. Okay. because I know she said I really like that one, so I went ahead and marked it for her. Okay, do that because you want to know why. So we'll go into this one. So this one has 4 favorites, a couple of possibles. Now you'll see that the 4 favorites here, they are only active. This client has 30 or 40 favorites in her site, but I don't care about that. All I want to know is the active listings. And what's really cool about this, I'm going to go into these 4. I said, let's get those scheduled today. So you want to go check out some listings? She's like, yeah, I don't remember which one's my favorite. Don't worry, I got you. I want to take all of those favorites, or maybe just whatever, 2 or 3. I'm going to take all of them, and under the actions, I'm going to bring them all over to showing time in one fell swoop. And this is such a great time-saving tip. And then I'm going to add them to a showing cart. I got to pick a day, so we're going out tomorrow. So I've selected my day, and this is Betty Buyer, and okay. Now it's going to bring all of those in. I had a couple little highlights here. My appointment status, is this a not accepting online appointment request through showing time? Thank you for that. Okay, so you know what? I can just remove this one. I'll save that for later. And okay, so that's why, because you see these are blocked out until 8 a.m. Naturally so, I get it. So we have these 3. And what do these look like here? 1, 2, and 3. That doesn't look good. I can smart route this. So I just tap the smart route, and it's going to reorganize those to a much smarter. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go, to a much smarter route. So that's really cool. So then I can go ahead and start adding in my times over here. Either I can pick a time here or here. And what's really nice is you have the miles between and the travel time as well. So you got 15 minutes between these, 6 between those. Pretty nice. So now once these are confirmed, whatever, look at the upper right-hand corner. I can print or email instructions. I'll use the print. It's better visual for class. So at first I'm going to do the agent's version, and I want the directions and the map, and I can simply print the tour. So here's me, the buyer tour, 3 stops. Wow, 11.89999 miles. It's a little much. Now, of course, these are not yet requested. If they were confirmed, it would give me the information about those confirmations. Has my mileage here. So this has the total mileage for the day for me. So this is great for my taxes as well. There's our planned route, which you might want to, there we go. Might actually want to see the entire map. All right, so I'm going to go up to the top and do the buyer's version, because there'll be the one difference in here is that there would be no lockbox information here. So, but on this one, it's still not yet even requested. And then I can simply print that tour or email to my clients. See, isn't that awesome? These are some great tools. And that all stems from your client marking these as their favorites. So that was the 4 favorites. It definitely helps you. Or if you find that, look, you've got no favorites, no possibles, no nothing. Is there something that, do I need to change your search criteria, or we need to expand? I don't know. What do we need to do? So that's the really cool thing. Okay, now, see this one here where it does say approve all? This is my pain in the butt client, me. This is the one that says, Debbie, if you send me one more yellow house or another house without a fireplace, that's it. I'm just going to fire you, and I'm going to find somebody else who can actually find me listings. Okay. So this one, I've set her up on agent preview. Okay. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and create a new buyer. So I'm going to add new. And this you can only do from this direction. You cannot do it from the other search. You need to start with agent preview. And you'll love this one's name. I'm so creative. Picky Penny. Yeah, I know. Debbie, you just think you're too funny. I do. Penny at, there we go. I tab, it says it looks good. I can tap the space bar to select it as primary. Penny's so picky, she doesn't need anybody else helping her, no spouse or anything. And again, any information I want to add for my client, probably putting in her cell phone in here somewhere and going on from there. Tap save. And I can simply go down to the buyer activity and add a search. Add a new saved search, residential. Single family. Yeah, and you know what? You know, that's the one thing about it. So one of our members was looking for either a single family residential or a condo. And at first we had both. She had both of them here. However, the criteria was just a bit different. So we decided to break them up into two different searches. So we're just going to stick with single family residential, and it could be a site condo. It doesn't matter. Status, all of the actives. Let's go in St. Clair County. Let's see, we just want, you know, she doesn't have a budget, just the items that are for sale because she wants waterfront. Anything in St. Clair County, bedrooms, at least 3 bedrooms, baths, to at least 1.5, but she'll have more. Basement, doesn't matter, but waterfront, yes. Now we have 34 properties. So let's see what we have. Let's do a 2-car garage. Okay, knocked it down a few more. At least 2,500 square feet, down to 13. All right. She's specific about what she wants, and I know we're never going to find the buyer who says, money doesn't matter. Even if they won the lottery, they might have a budget. So, but we like to play pretend here. So let's go ahead and search. Okay. Now, let's see, let's get this set up right. So we're going to save this search. So this is the search for my client. Save search for Picky Penny. 10, 17, 23. Now, you do have to send the welcome message, but there's going to be nothing there because there's 13 matches in there. They're not supposed to be there yet because I'm supposed to be able to approve listings for her. I don't like this. Agent preview. Next. Options. We're good here. We could do Collab Center. Trace this up. You know, I love it when something is changed and something is not right. Because if I send my welcome message, those 13 will probably be there. So let's give it a whirl. Send the welcome message. Preview this. Is the 13 going to be there? No 13. Okay, no 13 found. Close. Okay, so on this one, listings that I have previewed will come shortly. Please create your password, and then you'll see the new listings. All right, there we go, and send. So you have that little note here. So the listings that are previewed, I think something has changed in the background. So now you see the agent preview, listings must be approved to appear in the Collab Center. So I've sent them a welcome message with nothing, which I don't like that one. So I can go in and look at all of the listings. So I just want to tap the 13, not the approve. I want to go into the 13. Now's the time when I start saying, okay, this one does, let's blow this up a skosh. You can see a little more. Get that out of here. There we go. So now I will see, what do we have? Yale, China, 1 stories, 2 stories. All righty, so we got a few here. Bathrooms, bedrooms, 6 bedrooms. And I could even add waterfront, frontage, road. Okay, and this water. See, and how come the real comp doesn't come through? All right, so I'll say that you, and yeah, you. Not Clayton. I don't know about Ira. Can be a hater today. Sorry. Let's see. Carterville and East County Township. Okay. Oh, so got a few more. Algonac, China Township. Okay. I'll just say I've looked at all the photos. Yes, this one really, not just cities. I've looked at the photos and I said, wow, yeah, I think she'll really like this one. This is not waterfront, is it? Or is it? Where's the waterfront? Do we have a pond? Oh, there you go. It's a creek in the background. She doesn't really want a creek. Okay. Oh, it's on the Bell River. Gotcha. All righty. Oh, there's Maria's listing. All right. And from here on the blue bar, I can go in and approve these. Approve. And then if I've already looked at everyone else, I'm like, okay, so I can definitely just say everything else, I'm going to disapprove. They are not going to display in their Collab Center, so I'm going to disapprove those. Cool. All right, so now I've looked at all of our listings, so nothing that needs approval here. You can see that again. So the 7 that I have disapproved are not gone, because when your client says, look, I've gone through all the listings, there's nothing. Is there anything else? Like, well, there is another one, so I can go in, look at the 7 disapproved. And remember, if you have any of these questions, I'm very proficient at the Collab Center. It just takes a minute to give me a buzz. And when I'm teaching from 10 to 11:30, that's generally when I'm not answering calls. So I normally have the ability to pick up the phone and answer, because it's going to take me 2 minutes to answer your question as opposed to you looking for 45. So let me save the time and help you out. So later when we go back through and say, is there anything else? I'm like, well, I've got one here. It's in, with this one, it was Ira. It's really cute, nice little backyard. Cute cottagey kind of place. Nice boat slip. It's adorable. I'm missing the sunshine and the green grass already. Well, the grass isn't brown yet, but still. All right, so if you go through, look at all the photos, like, you know what, maybe this will work. And then you can go in and say, this is the one, yep, let's go ahead and approve that one. So they are not totally gone. They are just never sent to your client. Okay, so now they've got 7 undecided. They're all sent to her. Only 6 are now disapproved. And at any time I can go in, resend the invitation, edit the search, or if they don't want this one, remove it totally from my client. And I can go in and view their Collab Center. And there we are. There are the 7 undecideds, so they can see those. Right. Go in and mark them up. So now let's see, maybe I found one in Macomb County. You know, I know she wants to be in St. Clair County, but there's this one, gosh, it's just over the county line. I think she's gonna love it. I remember seeing that. Here, let me go find that listing. All right, so let's go back to my search. Residential, usually I just pick something out of the market monitor. Residential, I want active, for sale, Macomb County, not Mackinac, Macomb, we all know it's 50. This is a waterfront, yes. I wonder if there's actually a New Baltimore one there area. New Baltimore. Okay, good, there's the one. Ha, perfect, search. I got lucky on that one, didn't I? So, you know, this is right over the line. I think she's gonna love it. How do I get this listing to my client? I can simply email it, right? I can click into my MLS number and email it off to her. But you know, that's okay. And if she doesn't like it now and she forgets about it, she's gonna have to go find it somewhere. No, let's not do that. We wanna add this to her Collab Center, and it's gonna come over as an agent recommended because it's not in her search criteria, but it's something that I think she's gonna like because it was just over the county line. It may or may not be. Don't ask me where the county line is in that area. I'd have to think about it. So I'm going to save this listing, and here's the key, to a listing cart. And these instructions are in the Collab Center handout. Just it's agent recommended. So you have to save it to that listing cart. It's not for myself, but for a contact. Just that one selected, and this is Picky Penny. There she is right there. And then I want to go to Save and Notify. Oh, I'm sorry, and that tab is already open. Normally it would put me right over there, but seeing how I was already working on it, I got to manually go over there myself. So I'm going to close her out and then go into Picky Penny again. Oh, let me refresh that. View and manage. Let's find Miss Picky. Betty. Right. There she is. Here's Miss Picky Penny. Let's open her up. So now you'll see you've got the saved search for Picky Penny, all of her stuff, and you actually have that agent recommended. So we want to make sure that notifications are set up for her though. There's agent recommended, so it's the buyer activities where you'll see all of this stuff here. The agent recommended, the options, what are the options on here? And on this one, I want to do immediately. So if she does like that one, you know, I think I'll do, it's just a one, right? It's just the agent recommended. Activity for your Collab Center site. All right, I just put agent recommended here. And okay, and we're good now. So that's also going to go out to her as well. So as I scroll down, so I can manage the listings, I could take stuff out of here, I could add in. So if she said, oh my gosh, Debbie, you are so off your rocker. That was the stupidest house. I'm going to go in and remove that. So I'm going to manage that. I'm going to take this one and say, okay, so sorry, and remove. And close. So you can take them out of there. So, you know, if she says you're off your rocker, we got it. All right, so we have done agent recommended. We have done creating a new search, selecting a search and just marrying it up. That's just loading the existing search. And next I want to do the seller side of Collab Center. So I'm going to go over and assume Maria's ID because I know she has, hello, MC. Oh, Maria, MCG. And, okay, the Eclipse, New Baltimore. Let me see if that is it. Maybe I should have tested this out before doing this. Sometimes you just get into class and go. Doesn't always work. All right, so here are Maria's listings. Cool. So I'm going to go into the contacts and add the new buyer. I'm going to add a contact. I'm going to even use my real name so she doesn't wonder who's this one coming from. So this is Debbie. Hello. We'll even put it in the work email. In primary. Okay, all righty. And save. And looky here, because Maria has listings, it automatically asks, hey, do you want to associate a property? Yes, I do. Holy moly. Let's see. How about we pick this nice $1 million? Here we go. That's the one I want to own. And save. There we are. Shelby Township. Now here are your two options. Enable the sell side site, so that's in the Collab Center, allowing the client to have their own site. So yes, I want to enable and send that welcome email, and it's going to go to Debbie at here, and let's preview what that automatic email looks like. There's Maria. Welcomes you to Collaboration Center. View your site. Here's your listing. Comparables. Where did comparables come from? Cool. And here's Maria's information. There we go. Close and send. I'm going to go over to my email, open that up just to make sure, and close. I will. There we go. Make sure that'll come in just a second here. There we go. No. And actually what I want to do, I will show you guys what this looks like. Look at this. So now we have from Maria, welcome to your Collaboration Center for Sellers. And it's the same thing you just saw over there. And create that password. That's all they'll need to do. Blah, blah, blah. They get it. All right, let's go back over to Paragon. Close. Now, I can also send an update email and enable the email report. So what do we got going? The seller's update email has been scheduled for immediate. Thank you. Good. All right, so I don't have to do that. Yay, I love how it gives you a nice little note. Okay, the next one is enable the email report. So they have the site set up. Now I want to make sure that my seller gets an email report, and it's going to be enabled. So now scroll down. Default is weekly, so we both get a weekly one. There's the client scheduling and the agent scheduling. Nice, love it. And next, cool. So on this one, now you can see I can view that site. And this is me, the client. What do I get to see? So here's all the listing views. Listing views in the last 14 days. Real estate agent, prospective buyers, price changes, any showing time activity. Prospective buyer activity. rejected, undecided, possible. Yeah, somebody said it was probably too expensive. Now, and this is another reason why your clients should be using those favorite, possible, and rejects. It gives people the good information that they need. 260 real estate agent views. They like it. It's a beautiful house. 25 prospective buyer views. Very nice. Did anybody recommend this listing? Not yet. It's one of those things, people don't always use the system to its full potential. There we go. So that's really cool. So you have activity and competition. Now this is what your client can see. What competition is in the area? Now this was a very specific listing, so we'll see. Three in here, and that's it. Okay, that's it. One for 650, where the other ones go. Here's the other two. Okay, so then they can see, just click into the listing and see what the competition is. Pretty amazing, huh? So they can even get the insider view on what all the photos look like. All right, let's close that out. Close this out. All right, so gosh, did we get through everything? All right, so in the handout, your Collab Center handout, you have, so I just tapped into the Collab Center for buyers and sellers. It's the full one. We added a client. We associated that seller's property. So I went over to Maria's account because she had a lot of beautiful listings for me. We saved, we added a search too. So we did the two different ones. We selected one that was already there. Then we created one that was there. We set those notifications. Those are the options. And those extras, the agent recommended listings. So I said this one was in Macomb County. It's just over the county line. You'll love that one. And we also set up somebody on agent preview. So the agent previews that listing before my client ever sees them. We've checked out the client's site, and let's go customize that Collab Center. I'm going to go back to Paragon, get out of this Maria's account, assume the identity, go to here to go to mine. Now, how did Maria get her Facebook page in there? How did I get my Twitter page in there? Here's your preferences icon at the very top, all the way to the right. And on the right-hand side, it's the Collab Center Preferences Wizard. Now, I do have a YouTube video on this as well. And I'll show you guys where to find our YouTube channel if you are not in the education corner. So let's hit start. My first name, my given name is Deborah. So you know I'm changing it. My maiden name is Rand. I changed it to my middle name. So it's not a hyphenated name. And my married name is Fajardo. So I like to keep it like this. Display my primary phone number, which is my cell phone. I have a secondary phone number, which is an extension 145 at the office. I do want to display my email address, my web page. Oh, no. Not my personal one anymore. That's out. That was home snap. And my story video. So I wanted to display it. Facebook. So here's what I did with Facebook. So I'm going to go open a new browser. Go to the Book of Faces. And then I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to my Big Red Homes would be my business page. Wow. It's gone. They killed my page. I guess that's why I couldn't find it. Okie dokie then. Oh, what a bummer. Okay. Well. So, shopping day. All right. So if I want to go to my Wines for Humanity page, that's my other business page, I simply go into my URL at the very top, and then I click I right click and copy. Then I go back to Paragon. And actually, I put that in my Twitter page. Put it here and paste. There you go. And I would do the same thing for LinkedIn. Here's Facebook. I will go to LinkedIn. So if you want to put your profile in here, it's good business networking. I would go to my page. I would just click on my headshot on the left. Oh, there's my public profile and URL. There we go. Oh, that wasn't a copy. Okay, that's my settings. So there we are. Copy. Go back to Paragon. LinkedIn. And paste. There we go. And same thing for Instagram, everything else. Scroll down, your agent image is there. Next. So that is your big one on doing your social media. If you choose not to put a social media link in there, the button does not show, and that is a huge thing. So you did see on my Collab Center page, I'm going to go up to the Collab Center for my clients and show you where this was. Oh, that was me getting the other page going. So let's not do that one. Welcome to my Collab Center website, blah, blah, blah. This is what you can do. You can edit this up. See, I put this one as realtor, even though I am not. So don't throw me under the bus, gang. Here are those links that you saw on my site as well. Now I'm going to go into this one here. I'm going to modify this one because I want you to see what I did. So the Blue Water Chamber of Commerce, I don't want this to be what my people see. You can figure it out, Blue Water Chamber, okay, but chamber of what? I don't know, chambermaids? So when I go out and find this particular website, so if I'm going out and going in for the Blue Water Chamber, the address is invalid. Oh. Okay, cool. What was that say? There we go. So that's it. And I simply go in, copy my URL, go back to Paragon and paste it in. But what it comes in, it always comes in with, hey, give the link name the same thing as the web address. Like, oh, no, that's horrible. That's ugh. I uncheck this. And that's what I had just a second ago. So you got to type in, it's the Blue Water, and it could be the Blue Water Area Chamber of, yeah, Blue Water Area Chamber of Commerce, and save. So whatever you want this to be, here's the property tax estimator. Of course, I'm going to give War Water Brewery a little shout out. It's a great place here in St. Clair. Here's a video I found on YouTube from NAR that staging can help you sell. It's probably old. I wonder if it's even still there anymore, but it could still be there. This could also be, oh, there's my Big Red Homes Facebook page. Let's see if that's dead or not. You can also add in your favorite handyman, your favorite closing people, your, whatever you want. This is yours to use. Next. Now you go to the office information, select what you want in here. Just remember to stay in tune with Laura, that if you deselect everything, you're probably not in line with your license law. Notification options. So remember, we are in the Collab Center. What are the notifications that you want? For the agent, me, when I select my agent notifications, what do I want to come to me? For a while, I actually asked it to send my clients. So I might want to know about the status changes. So I select that. Maybe if stuff's moving so fast, I want to know, but I don't. It's not moving that fast anymore. Here's what I like. New listings, price changes. And then I want to know if my clients are favoriting, possibling, and any comments. I don't know if possibling is a word, but I'm using it. And then next is my client notifications. What do I want my clients to get notified on? And here are the options available. New listings and price changes. I removed that status change because it just doesn't seem pertinent anymore. And there we go. Those are mine. Next, when my client is searching for properties in their Collab Center, what are they going to be searching on? I don't allow them to look at manufactured home parks. I don't possess a car salesman license. Sorry, it's not exactly the right word. I don't work in commercial, industrial, and business opportunities, so I don't want this coming up. So I want them to search on residential, vacant land, and multifamily. And then the only statuses that I really want them to see are the actives and the pendings. Closed, they can search the recent sales for that. It just keeps it simpler for me. That's my experience and my thoughts. Valuations, easy value, the RVM, and of course the Zestimate. They're everywhere, so why remove them from here? Congratulations, and you're done. And there you are in a nutshell. That is everything that is available to you in the Collab Center. You got it for buyers, for sellers, for picky pennies out there. You can do it all. You have all sorts of different options on the notifications that you want to put out. Do they want to go immediately? Or do they just want to, do they want a morning report? Do they want a lunchtime report? That's the nice thing, that you can actually select when the email notifications goes to your client. All right, so I see that I have no questions in the chat. So it's your last opportunity to get that question out there. Remember, guys, you know how to find me. I'm in your inbox, it seems like every day. I apologize. And don't worry, I'm sending out another email here soon because I've got to get marketing set up for next week. All right, thank you for attending class today. And remember, I will have this out on the YouTube channel probably by tomorrow. I hope I will get it edited, send it out. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you won't miss a thing. All right, take care, everybody.